Hey, welcome back to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, and trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so you can easily choose the best watch for yourself in the comfort of your own home. We offer the lowest prices anywhere online, and if you'd like to know the price, simply click on the links in the description below. We greatly appreciate it if you purchase your next watch from us at JazzTime.com. Today we'll be going over a Patek Philippe Aquanaut travel time in rose gold and brown dial, reference number 5164R-001. This is only one of two types of the Patek Philippe Aquanaut travel time models, the only other one being the 5164A-001 in stainless steel and black dial with a black strap. This iteration in front of us has a bit more luxury behind it, approximately retailing at about 66% higher than the stainless steel version. So why would you want this one? We'll get into why in this video. Alright, so before we go any further though, I must tell you that we'll be going over all of the features of this watch, including the case, the strap, the dial, bezel, crown functions, and the movement, and I'll be giving you my thoughts on all of these features throughout the video and make my case for the watch at the end. The case is a 40.8mm in diameter case from finger to thumb. Alright, this is basically the standard size for Aquanaut models, and you can't really get any smaller than this. It's designed to be a sportier watch when compared to the rest of Patek Philippe's catalog, and as you can tell by the rubber strap, but the size of the case doesn't really change outside of 40.8mm. Alright, the construction is entirely rose gold, as you can see, and it is 10.2mm thick. Well, rather thin for a sports watch. Alright. Lug to lug, I measured 47mm, but the effective lug to lug distance, if you count the strap, is much wider, more going closer to like 57, 55mm, depending on if you squish it. All right, so taking a look at how the case looks, we have a high polish along the front, going all the way down the lugs, top and bottom. We have a nice satin brush finishing along the sides here. All right. And also taking a look at the 430 side, 4 o'clock side right here, there's a little pusher to advance the date on this date wheel sort of sub-dial at the 6 o'clock position on the dial. All right, and taking a look at the 9 o'clock side, we have little pushers here. These are for adjusting the local time. A little bit more on that in a second. All right, taking a look at the bezel here, sort of covers up the rest of this high polish along the front of the case. This bezel has sort of like this nautilus inheritance from the rounded octagonal look, keeping it simple with a vertical brush finish along the face with a high polish along the beveled edges to give it that sort of glowing look, that sense that it's sort of floating and giving it that sense of importance along sort of highlighting what's inside, which is the dial. Okay, speaking of which, the dial is a brown embossed dial with rose gold applied numerals with luminescent coating, bold index, minute, and second markers going all the way around, pencil style hands with a lance style seconds hand. The date subdial is at the 6 o'clock position, as I mentioned earlier, and it can be quick set with the pusher at the 4 o'clock position on the case. The local and home apertures on the dial show the day and night cycles based on the fully loomed local hand versus the skeletonized home hand underneath it. All right, so if you press these little pushers, you can actually advance that local time hand. And right now, local, it's about 11:14 at night, and that's signified by the blue in that aperture. If I advance this hand forward, it is now morning. All right, so now 11 a.m., whereas the home implies 11 a.m. as well, or 10 a.m. as well. And to adjust the home, you can just simply move the minute hand, and that's how you do so. All right, sort of lending this all to the travel time significance. Okay, now, anyway, onto the functions themselves. Okay, so as you saw, I was able to move the home skeletonized hand by moving the minute hand. But first, let's go through all the functions properly. Okay, so beginning with the crown, you simply unwind it at the 3 o'clock position to the first position of the crown. This allows you to wind the watch. So if you're at a dead stop, about 20 to 30 full winds is all you need to get it started and up and running again. Pull the crown out to the next position and the only other position, and you can move the minute hand forward and backward as you need. Now, keep in mind that there's no hacking seconds function for this watch, so you can't actually set that time precisely, but if you are familiar with Patek Philippe's model, you can actual model line, you can actually sort of manually do your own hacking seconds function just by sort of holding the seconds hand there by pressing backwards on that minute hand. All right, so a very slight nudge backwards will actually stop that seconds hand for a bit, and then once you line it up, you can move it forward. All right, and set the minute hand precisely wherever you need it to go. Screw it in tightly to ensure that superior water resistance of 150 meters, or 150 feet rather. Or is it 150 meters? I believe it's 150 meters of water resistance. Yeah, 120 meters of water resistance. Sorry, I misread that. Underwater. Okay, and to move say you are traveling out of town and you're going forward in time. So simply press this bottom pusher at the left side of the watch to advance the time forward. All right. And doing so will allow you to keep track of local time, and the date wheel at the 6 o'clock follows the local hand. As you can see, I advanced it past midnight, and so it went to the 3rd. Okay, and so doing so allows you to actually keep track of time where you are specifically, while also keeping track of time back at home, which is the skeletonized hand right there. All right, very nice and easy. All right, now what makes all of this work? It is the movement made in-house by Patek Philippe, the 324 SC self-winding movement with a diameter of 27 millimeters, a height of 3.3 millimeters, with 29 jewels total with 6 bridges. All right, it has a 21 karat yellow gold central unidirectional winding rotor with a Gyromax balance and Spiromax balance spring, as resistant to magnets as they come. Basically, you can take a few nudges, you can get relatively close to magnets, it'll be keeping track of time just fine. All right, it also beats at a frequency of 28,800 vibrations per hour, or 4 hertz, allowing for that date, hours, seconds, and that second hour hand all to work together, center mounted with the local and home date apertures kept appropriately. Altogether, this gives you a power reserve of somewhere between 35 to 45 hours. So that basically means that you can get, it's all due to the manual craftsmanship, because all of these parts that you can see here, including all of the pieces within the movement, are all handmade, hand-tailored, hand-polished, made so that, you know, it's all done by human hands. All right, so taking a look at the framing here, we have this composite strap, in other words, a rubber strap, sort of matching that sort of general motif that you can see within the dial. You can see it echoing out from the strap. Nice and flexible with nice little channels underneath that are made for sizing. So when you size this to your wrist, you can only take little channels out, you can't add them back in because it requires physically cutting it with a set of scissors or a knife. Okay, and taking a look underneath at the clasp here, we have a double button deployment system, right, with a symmetrical look here with the name Patek Philippe Genève underneath it, giving it a very nice equivalent 18 karat rose gold look, matching that of the case. And while we're here, I can actually try it on, give you my thoughts as to how it feels and how it wears on the wrist. All right. All right, and on my wrist, 7 inches in circumference, it does flare out quite a bit, and that's due to how the strap actually works here. Right, it's a little bit of space underneath, which is perfectly fine because you do want that breathability underneath a solid rubber strap. Something like a metal bracelet will give you much more breathability, a little bit more casual. This one is the most casual of casuals because, again, a sports type of model. The rubber strap will give you that ability to keep it on your wrist without it wobbling too much. When it comes to the weight distribution, very nice. It's not incredibly heavy on the case. You can definitely feel it on your wrist, but it's not like it's wobbling around anywhere. And that's a lot of that is due to the fact that the rubber is so very well engineered, it just grips the wrist very nicely. Okay? And when it comes to the overall comfort, it's incredibly soft. You can barely feel that there is rubber on your wrist. They've done something very incredibly right with this strap, and I commend Patek Philippe for that. All right, when it comes to reading the time, very easy as well. You can't go wrong with that. And this is very much for people who are, generally already familiar with Patek Philippe and, really associate themselves with the more traditional aspects of the brand, especially with this color scheme. It's for those who tend to, and as well, it's for those who also tend to travel a lot. You get the function from keeping the second time zone with that skeletonized hand, so you know exactly what time it is back home, or you can set it to a friend's time zone and know it's okay to give them a call during the day for them, or in the middle of the night if you want to be a rascal. That being said, you don't really buy this watch if it's your first, second, or maybe even your third Patek Philippe. You get this when you're comfortable with the fact that you're buying into seemingly and what is known as the most prestigious of the holy trinity of watchmakers. Every part, every piece is handcrafted, so you get the real human touch and interaction with every timepiece, which lends to the variations in the power reserve and the movement, for example. But that is pretty much the only place each specific copy varies. That's how incredibly precise this company is. If you want to just dive in immediately, there's very little stopping you, provided you can pay for it. If you have an excellent relationship with your local authorized dealer, they can offer this one to you for just over $58,000 US. But that's only if you've been purchasing from them for years and spent thousands and thousands more on them. And even then, you'll still probably be waiting in a multi-year queue just to get the potential offer for one of these. So if you don't have years of relationship under your belt, let's be real, most of us don't. Your option is to go with us at Jazz Time. We have this watch valued at around $90,000 US, at least as of the making of this video. And again, at the lowest price you will find online. If you want to secure that price, hit that buy now button on our website, links down in the description below, because it's not likely to go down anytime soon. If you're seeing this video long after early 2021, that's the making of this video at least, it's well over the quoted $90K price. Well, you better jump in your time machine back to early 2021. And at this price, yes, it's far over retail, but that just goes to show the height of demand, the shortness of supply, the intricacy, the human touch variable within Patek Philippe's entire catalog, how special each timepiece is. And if you're able to spend that kind of dough, you'll definitely be bringing home the bread with this one. That's all I had to say about this. So let us know what you think down in the comments below. Be sure to like this video if you learned anything about how this watch works, what it does, if I helped you make your decision on this watch, or maybe choose a different Aquanaut. Let us know down in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell notification so you can be notified when we go live with another video like this one. And as always, if you'd like to purchase this watch or any other watch, visit us in our online store, jazztime.com, links in the description below. We'll see you in the next one. Take care of each other.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in Jazz Time, plus the brand, model and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.